Before we dive into today's episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to stay updated with our latest insights.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CTSS Academy podcast. The energy is electric. The crowd is alive. Let's dive into greatness. We're champions strong.
Before we start the show, don't forget to check our new ebook, Kill All Bugs, Learn Software Testing in One Day. For a limited time, it's only $9.99. Links in description.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take that fire hose of information you send us and, well, we try to distill it down to what you really need to know.
And today we are putting on our digital investigator hats.
We're diving deep into incident response, the methods the pros use to find those silent, modern spies that might just be living inside our computers.
And we really have to stress that word, silent. Our mission today is to get a handle on this terrifying landscape of modern compromise, why the old defenses don't work, and how you can actually spot an intruder who isn't kicking down the door.
No, they're using your own keys.
Exactly.
So let's kick things off with a statistic that, honestly, it's the foundation for this whole deep dive. It's called the 194-day rule.
That's, 194 days.
194.
On average, that is how long a sophisticated attacker is inside a system before anyone notices. We're not talking hours or a couple of weeks.
We're talking about over 6 months.
Months of just unfettered access.
Imagine that. You think you're safe, you've locked your front door, but for half a year, someone has been living in your attic, eating your food, listening to everything. That is the reality here.
It is, and the reason this rule even exists is because the game has just completely changed. Your standard antivirus is probably sitting there, telling you everything is fine.
Right, all green check marks.
But modern attackers aren't using those noisy old-school viruses anymore. They don't leave obvious footprints.
So if they're not using detectable malware, how are they staying hidden for, nearly 200 days?
They're living off the land. Lotl L. That's the core concept we have to get our heads around. Cybercrime is this massive economy now, and the goal isn't to be loud. It's persistence. It's staying in forever, if possible, without setting off a single alarm.
Okay, so let's break that down. Living off the land, what does that actually look like?
Okay, think about it like this. A burglar with a crowbar. He stands out. Everyone sees him. But what about a guy in a high-vis vest with a clipboard?
Nobody looks twice. He blends in.
He blends in. So instead of bringing their own malicious code that an antivirus would flag, hackers now use the victim's own built-in, perfectly legal system tools against them.
We're talking about tools the computer needs to function, right?
Absolutely. The classic example on Windows is PowerShell. It's a super powerful scripting tool. Administrators use it constantly for legitimate work, so when a hacker uses it, the system just sees a normal admin tool doing its job.
It's already whitelisted.
It's already whitelisted. The spy is perfectly disguised as part of the team.
So if we can't trust our antivirus signatures, we have to become hunters ourselves. We have to look for, suspicious behavior.
That's it exactly. We're moving from asking, is this file bad, to asking, is this good tool acting weird?
All right, so let's get into the toolkit. For Windows users, you're saying Task Manager is pretty much useless for this. Where do we start?
Yeah, Task Manager hides all the important details. The first tool you need, and it's free from Microsoft, is called Process Explorer.
Process Explorer, okay.
You run it, and you get this incredibly deep, color-coded view of everything. What's running, who owns it, where it came from.
And the sources pointed to one specific color that should just make you stop in your tracks.
Yeah.
Purple. What's so special about purple?
Process Explorer uses purple to show that a file is compressed. Now, secure, legitimate software, especially from Microsoft, it almost never compresses its own code. But malware...
Malware does it all the time to hide what it's really doing.
Precisely. They pack it to make it harder for scanners to see the malicious code inside. So if you see a core system process and it's lit up purple in Process Explorer, you have a huge problem.
Okay, so that's a visual clue. What about something more absolute? The sources mentioned image signatures.
Yes. This is a must-enable feature in the tool. Think of an image signature as a cryptographic seal, like a notarized document. Microsoft digitally signs its files.
So you know it's authentic.
Right. And Process Explorer can check that signature. If it comes back as invalid or missing, it means that file has been tampered with. It is not the original file from Microsoft.
It's a fake. An imposter.
It's an imposter, and you can't trust it. That's not a guess, it's a certainty. You have to terminate that process immediately.
So we found the intruder, but the whole 194-day problem is that they always come back. They need to survive a reboot. They need persistence.
That's their #1 goal. For that, you need another free tool, auto runs. This thing shows you every single program, every script, every driver that's set to launch when your computer starts up.
I've seen it. It's a huge list. It looks overwhelming. How do you find the needle in that haystack?
You look for anomalies of location. The hackers are clever. They'll name their file something innocent like Adobe Helper or System Updater.
But the path gives them away.
The path tells the whole story. You see something called Chrome Update. You expect it to be in the Google Program folder. But what if AutoRun shows you that file's running from your temp folder? Or even crazier, your music folder.
Right. Why would a Chrome update be in my music folder?
It wouldn't. That's how you know you found a piece of malware trying to look legitimate. The location betrays the intent.
This is a fantastic roadmap for Windows. But let's switch gears. A lot of our listeners are on Mac or Linux, and they're probably feeling pretty safe right now.
Yeah, that old idea that Macs don't get viruses. It was brilliant marketing, but today it is a dangerous, dangerous myth. Mac users are high-value targets. They are absolutely not safe.
So on a Mac, there's no Windows registry. Where do attackers hide to get that persistence?
They use .foot files, configuration files. To hunt for them, you need to open the terminal and check 2 very specific folders.
And those are?
Launch agents and launch daemons. Launch agents runs things for a specific user. Launch daemons runs things for the whole system, usually with more power. You list the files in there and look for anything that just looks weird. You know, a strange name like com.update.fake or just a random jumble of letters.
But the really clever trick on a Mac, the one that is pure living off the land, is creating a hidden user, right?
This is critical. A hacker can create a secret account that doesn't show up on your login screen at all. They've built a hidden room in your house.
How do you find it?
You have to go to the terminal and run this command, dscl.list_users. It forces the Mac to list every single user account, visible or not.
And if you see something you don't recognize?
If you see a name like testuser or admin2 or anything you know you didn't create, that's it. Proof positive someone else is living in your system.
Okay, now for the real war zone. Linux servers. The stakes here are so much higher.
They really are. And for a server admin, your best friend is your historical record, your black box, which is the varlogoff.log file. It logs every login, every authentication attempt.
What's the sign in that log that should make an admin's blood run cold? The pull the plug immediately sign.
It's when your service accounts start acting like people. A Linux server has accounts like www.data or Apache to run the web server. They're automated. They don't have keyboards.
They should never log in interactively.
Never. So if you see a line in auth.log that says the www data account started an interactive shell session, that's a catastrophe. It means a hacker has hijacked that account and is typing commands directly on your server. You have to unplug it right now.
And on Linux, once they're in, they often change the core system tools themselves. So when you type ls to list files, it just doesn't show you their malware.
It's the ultimate nightmare. The operating system itself is lying to you. To check for this, you have to run a command called debsums.
What does that do? Debsums.
It checks the cryptographic signature of all your core system files against the official pristine versions. If it tells you that ls or pepsis or some other fundamental command has been altered, you know your entire environment is compromised. The attacker has replaced your reality with theirs.
This is just incredible advice for finding hidden files and users.
Yeah.
But what if the attacker is so good that they've hidden everything on the disk? What's the one thing they have to do that will always leave a trace?
They have to phone home. They have to communicate. To send back stolen data, to get new instructions, that communication, that signal is called the beacon.
So if the hard drive is clean, we shift our hunt to the network.
Exactly. And when you look at network traffic, the dead giveaway for a beacon is its robotic precision. Human activity is messy. It's random. But a machine is a clock.
You're looking for a connection to the exact same IP address over and over again.
At a precise, non-negotiable interval. A connection every 60 seconds, exactly. Or every 5 minutes, on the dot with 0 variation. That perfect timing is the machine's heartbeat. It's not human.
And beyond just the timing, there's also the method. The sources brought up something called DNS tunneling.
DNS tunneling is so clever because it abuses a system everyone trusts. DNS is just the internet's address book, but hackers don't use it to look up an address. They use it as a secret data mule.
How does that work?
Instead of a big file transfer, they encode little bits of stolen data into a long, crazy-looking domain name. You'll see tons of DNS requests going to addresses that are just gibberish.
Like a long string of random characters. .stolen-server.com.
Exactly. That gibberish isn't gibberish, it's your data. They're smuggling it out right past the firewall because DNS traffic is almost always allowed. If you see that pattern, your data is leaving the building.
So we've covered the hunt. Now we have to talk about the really hard part. What you do when you find it. When you have undeniable proof of a deep compromise.
And this is the painful truth. For a sophisticated attack, you can't clean it. It's not like the old days. These things are designed with multiple persistence mechanisms. You delete one file, and another one hidden somewhere else just brings it right back.
You can't trust the system anymore. It's compromised at a fundamental level.
You can't. And that's why the pros follow a very strict protocol from NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. There are no half measures here.
Okay, let's walk through the steps. Step 1, containment.
Immediately, you pull the network cable, you turn off the Wi-Fi, you stop the bleeding, prevent it from stealing more data or spreading to other computers on your network.
Step 2, eradication. And this is the one people don't want to hear.
It's the full nuclear option. You don't try to run a virus scan. You wipe the hard drive completely. A total verifiable erasure. Then you reinstall the operating system from scratch, from clean, trusted media.
You're literally building a new house on the same foundation.
You have to.
And step 3 is where that 184-day rule comes back to haunt us. Recovery. We can't just restore last night's backup.
No, because the attacker could have been in there for 6 months. If your backup is from last week, you're just inviting the spy right back into your brand new clean house. It's the most common mistake people make.
So you have to find a backup from before you think the infection happened, even if it means losing some recent data.
You absolutely have to. Losing a few weeks of data hurts, but it's nothing compared to getting reinfected immediately.
And the final step? Step 4, password change.
Yes, every password, email, banking, everything. But the key is when you change them. You do it after the computer is confirmed to be clean and back online.
You don't do it on another infected machine or even on the infected machine itself before you wipe it.
Of course not. The hackers is watching your keyboard. They'll grab the new password instantly. You have to be operating from a known, good, trusted environment, or you're just handing them the new keys.
So we started this deep dive talking about these terrifyingly effective silent spies, these living off the land attackers.
And now you have the toolkit. Whether you're on Windows, Mac, or Linux, you know the red flags to look for that aren't just a simple virus signature. The purple files, the weird locations and autoruns, the hidden users, the chillingly precise network beacons. You're not waiting for an alarm anymore, you're hunting.
Which brings us to our final thought. We've learned today how easily core system tools can be swapped out, how the very foundation of your computer can be altered to lie to you. So here's the question to mull over. Given that, how often do we ever truly verify the foundational integrity of the systems we rely on for everything, every single day?
It moves beyond just looking for new threats. It becomes about questioning the very reality of your digital world.
Something to think about. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Hey, yo! Haven't you checked out our new book yet? Link in description.
Thanks for listening. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. It helps more people find the show. See you in the next one.
CT